is Tracy HD with our daily Oracle and Tarot card reading, and today's reading is going to be for Tuesday, December the 9th. We're using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reid. As I shuffle the deck, I ask that all positive light beings, angels, and God deliver the message to me I need to relay to our viewers today for the highest good of all. I choose a card from the center. And this card is the Hungry Ghosts. And the Hungry Ghost says obsessions, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. So, to me, when I look at this card, the Hungry Ghosts, I think just the opposite of what we saw yesterday. For Monday, we had the Eyes of Beauty, where we were going to look for the beauty in things, look for the beauty in life, because your thoughts will create your world. So in this card, it's basically telling you same thing. This is telling you that, when you're obsessed, when you're attached to things and you feel like you have to hold on with all your might so tight that you're fearful of losing things, and you have a scarcity mentality where you think you lack all the time and there's never enough, that's going to lead you down just a negative spiral. It's going to reflect in everything you say and do when you have that kind of mentality. You're looking for the negative aspects of life. When you think that you don't have enough, you probably won't, because you're not appreciating what you have. And when you appreciate what you have and show gratitude for what you do have, more things of positive nature will turn up in your life. You just have to have a feeling that whatever you have at this time is what's meant for you to have, and whatever is meant to be will be. When the hungry ghosts appear on your path, they may not at first seem like an ally, because they represent your constant focus on the past and the consuming desire to know the future, which rob you of your true present. So I always say, you cannot go forward if you keep going back. So my take on the past and the future is both of them could really lead you down the wrong road. When you think of the past and you feel regretful, it could make you depressed, because the past is gone. You can't do anything about it. When you think too far into the future, it produces anxiety, because no one could tell you what the future is going to truly hold. So basically, the best thing you can do, and my advice to anyone, and I take this advice myself, is to try your best living in the now, being in the present moment, because when you're in the past, you're in the future, you're missing out on life that's happening right now. And we won't get these moments back again. So when you focus too far ahead of yourself or regret what's happened prior, you're not living your life to the fullest. And basically, this card is alerting us to obsessive thinking and addictions. Obsessive thinking, where we overanalyze things instead of, like I said, just going with the flow. The message is for you in this card to examine whether you're doing the same thing over and over while expecting a different result. What you need to do is realize, if you're approaching a problem or situation and applying the same methods over and over, or thinking that you have the answers and continually trying to press an issue that hasn't resolved itself, it's time to change your approach. It's time to change your perspective on it, because we can't get different results by doing the same thing over and over. If it hasn't worked, it's not going to. So now's the time to let go of the thinking in your mind that could be obsessive. Surrender your will, your life, and your heart's desires, and all the pains that you have to the divine. Order will be restored in your world when you stop the inner struggle. So, like I said, you do have to take necessary action to make changes in your life. But when your actions aren't bearing any fruit and nothing seems to change, the best thing you can do, and I know this was hard for me for the longest time, because I'm the kind that wants to roll up my sleeves and get right down to business and resolve something and see something, through. The best thing to do is, when things aren't working out, you're frustrated, you've done all you can, is just surrender it. Surrender it to the divine. Put it on the back burner, the proverbial back burner. And like I said, you'll be very surprised at how things will work out when you don't force the issue, when you don't obsess over something, when you don't get attached to it. Because attachment sooner or later is going to lead to sorrow, sadness, heartbreak. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be I don't think attachment is the right word, more or less obsessed. You can't be obsessed on the results of something. You can't be obsessed with the person. You can't be obsessed with alcohol. You can't be obsessed with food. You can't be obsessed with shopping. Because what this is when you have an obsession, it lacks balance. An obsession is when you'll do anything or everything to get what you want. And that's not living your life in balance. It's not that you don't desire things, but how I see it is you're not so attached to the outcome that if this doesn't work out, or I don't attain this, or I don't get that, that something, is missing in your life. No, maybe it just wasn't meant to be. That's basically, how you have to see it. Yeah, desire things, put it out into the universe that that's what you want, and then step back. And you'd be surprised that things will show up at exactly the right moment when you least suspect it. So basically, the hungry ghosts also bring understanding about the distractions of life that seduce you into forgetting what you really desire. They're asking you to become aware that what others want and what the culture dictates will make you happy may not be what's best for you. So a lot of the advertisements around this time of the year, of course, I mean, this is appropriate. It's Christmas time, and every other commercial is to force you into shopping and buy this, buy that. And just because everybody thinks that having a new car is, the big thing, it might not be for you. I mean, something as simple as that, taking on a car payment may take money away from something else that needs your focus. Another pair of shoes, may temporarily make you happy when you wear them for the first week or two, but as we all know, it's fleeting happiness. So don't let the world dictate to you what truly is going to make you happy. Only you know down deep inside that inner peace and inner contentment is going to be a true, long-lasting happiness, because material things don't last. People come and go. Don't be attached to anything. So therefore, when something must leave your life, whether it be an object, a person, a job, a home, if you weren't obsessed with it and you weren't attached to it, it won't be that hard to get over it and move on. But when we cling so hard to things and we're so obsessed with things, that is just one way to the doldrums when things don't work out the way we've planned. I could go on and on about this, but I'm going to leave it at that. So for today, Tuesday, December the 9th, I don't want you to be obsessed with things. I want you to carefully take an inventory in your life, what might be obsessing you, what might be taking over your life. It could be an addiction, it could be gambling, it could be shopping, it could be the desire to, climb to the top in your fields. But really, when you get these things that you desire, do you really think that that's going to be the end? That you're not going to want other things? I doubt it, because once we're one of these hungry ghosts, they're never satisfied. They're just never satisfied. So that's something to think about. If you've enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel, and I will be back tomorrow.